Oh, sorry, my mic was muted. This is Ultra H. Hello. Hello. Yeah, the boss. The boss has too much health. It's actually really annoying. I hope that they fix that at some point. The bosses have way too much health. Well, the boss for the first level has like a ridiculous amount of health. It kind of makes this mode frustrating because you have to fight that boss every time, and she just has like feels like 10 digits of health. It's ridiculous. Not how it should be. Like you could cut that boss's health in half and it would still like be challenging, but it would be less frustrating because, you know, she's in hyper armor the whole time. So in this game, it's not the fact that she's in hyper armor that's the problem, or rather it's not the character's inability to deal with hyper armor that's the problem. The problem is a lot of the break blade attacks have like really long animations, and because she doesn't stagger to anything, most of them don't work. Vast majority of them do not work. She'll be on the other side of the screen by the time your animation's done. This game kind of has a unique problem with hyper armor that not like, say, SD Gundam. In that game, you can't cancel out of things fast enough, so if you're a melee character, the mobile armors they're so much faster than you. In this game, the problem is she doesn't stagger to anything. There's no stun mechanic or anything. So the amount of options you have on that boss are extremely limited. There aren't many things that you can do. You kind of have to play like one specific way. Am I going to play Solstice? I applied for a review key for that, but I don't have the money for it right now. I've heard that game is better than I thought it was, but I don't have 40 smackaroonies right now. Maybe next month. Or if they give me a key. gotta pay for Star Ocean Bayonetta, so how much gaming budget I have. I might need to get a new monitor too, so we'll see. Damn it. Bayonetta 3 looks like a pretty big improvement over 2. 2 is not a bad game, it's just... it's frustrating because there are some aspects of it that are better than 1. Better than the first game, but... pretty much none of it is the combat. The level design is better, the game has more color, the presentation is better. The mini-games aren't as overbearing and annoying. Then, like, the actual combat is really dumbed down and limiting. There's not really any player expression. Those are kind of the problems with that game. It seems like, from what they've shown so far, it looks like most of those things aren't really a problem anymore. So, we'll see what happens, I guess. Marketing for it hasn't been too hot. They haven't really shown much. They showed a bunch of stuff like a week or 2 ago, and then there's been like nothing. That doesn't really matter, because I don't really trust game journalists to really know how to play that stuff, so it's kind of whatever. I tried the Star Ocean demo at the game center, but the game was like really laggy. I definitely will buy that game though. Looked like I might enjoy it. Probably pay for it next month. I think the ball is in their court because Tails is not in good state right now. Tales of Arise is average at best, regardless of what you really value in these kinds of games. And then their preservation is really bad. Whereas, like, it's relatively easy to play Star Ocean games, easier than Tales at least. They have the first 2 are on Switch, and 3 is on PS4, I think. 4 is on PC, and then 5 is not on PC, but 5 sucks, so I don't know how much that really matters. I don't think that matters too much. But yeah, they're easier to play than Tales. They've always been worse than Tales, but I think they have an honest chance of surpassing Tales. I think the exploration, the world in Star Ocean 6 is way more interesting than Tales of Arise. It didn't really feel like much of improvements. There wasn't really any fast movement or anything. I was pretty impressed with the Star Ocean 6 demo, how they had like that Duma, that little robot thing, and how you could use it for like platforming. There was a lot of elevation Jumping felt okay. It didn't feel too good, but I don't know. It feels like a pretty good evolution. They're barely remastering that game. Still 30 FPS. much health do you have? You need to, like, cut this boss's health in half. It's ridiculous how long this takes. Die! Oh, I did it! I did it! I did it! It's the first time I've beaten that boss. This has so much health. I posted on their forum, I'm like, yeah, you need to lower the amount of health that boss has, because it's really draining fighting her. Just way too much health. Especially for something you need to fight every time that has permadeath as well, like, it's really excessive. It's not a hard fight at all, it's just it gets boring. You have, like, no margin for error, pretty much. This is the first time I've gotten this far. Let's see what else is... Yeah, I probably won't play this too seriously until they... We don't even need to nerf the attacks. Her attacks are completely fair. It's the amount of health that she has. It's just ridiculous. It's way too much. For something you're gonna do every single time you play this game, like... It's a ridiculous amount of health. The other thing about this game, too, is that, that boss is like the only one that doesn't stagger to anything, so even though your character in this game is very responsive, I wish more action characters were like action game characters in general, like this guy. Like, look at this. It's the end of the animation, right? But I can do it like I can like slide my finger and he will cancel. Go like that before the attack even comes out. Like, feels like the first frame. That's not the problem. The problem is that boss has too much health, and a lot of the break blade attacks have really long animations, so she can teleport. So, pretty high chance most of the attacks you do won't work on that boss. And it has nothing to do with the hyper armor. It's just the fact that she can move so much. You can't stun her in any way. So it's the adverse problem of a lot of other games like this, where your character is too stiff and can't really deal with the shit that's being thrown at them. That's not the problem. The problem is you have a boss that doesn't react to anything, and you have long animations for the break blade attacks, which are like your strongest attacks in your arsenal. They don't work on that boss. Usually it's the other way around. Like the boss's attacks will be fair, but your character is really clunky to play, unresponsive, slow. How's the quality today? Is it looking good? I'm having some problems with my monitor. Anything that's like capped at 60 FPS looks like super choppy. Seems like, from my research, the only way I can fix it is to get a new monitor. Yeah, Dust Diver 2 is good. Just don't expect it to have as much stuff as a Yakuza game. But the problem with that is it's priced. It's way more expensive than like any of the Yakuza games right now, because those games are on sale like literally every week. So go into it not expecting to play it as long, I think you'll be fine. But yeah, the price point that they have for that game is laughable, honestly. That's probably why it's not selling that well. First glance, it just looks like low-budget, you know, RGG Studios game, but there's a lot more to it. The combat is like completely different. Yeah, this monitor has been weird. Like, if I play a 60 FPS game, a game that's hard-coded, like a fighting game or something, it looks really choppy. But when I record, it's completely fine. And I think the monitor is just giving out. I couldn't find any way to fix it. I tried. Yeah, I can get another monitor next week. Got some monies again. Crazy how good this port is too. It's over 120 FPS like pretty much all the time. Like, the port review for this would just be if it fucking works. I don't know if anyone else has actually gotten farther than this. I haven't been able to find any footage. I found somebody else got bodied by that boss. I'm like, yeah, it's not a hard boss. The attacks are completely fair. It's just with how much health she has, you have like very little margin of error. That's what makes it frustrating. I already got a pretty good build, to be honest. Minus 20% HP of elite enemies. I'm gonna hold off on that. Let's just buff what's here. So I haven't seen any of the rare modules yet, because I haven't been able to get past the first level. I'm not gonna take that either. Let's just keep going. Let's see, any upgrades here? No. Probably just try to get to the boss, to be honest. Probably the best course of action. See if the second boss is as frustrating. And I have full health and heals too. Yeah, let's just keep going. Should be able to get some pretty fat upgrades after this, at least, even if it doesn't clear, which it probably won't. Let's see, it's 4 o'clock right now. Probably gonna stop the stream in probably before 5. So I haven't eaten today. I've been really stressed about trying to fix the capture quality and stuff. So I have a free pizza at Pizza Hut. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and redeem that, and that'll be my food for today. And then I'll stream at my neighbor's house too. Play some more PSP 2 Infinity, and then PGR as well, as I haven't done my homework on that yet. It's gonna be minimal homework today though. It's just I think just Pain Cage and Warzone. Call on my part. on, stop camping over there. You're almost dead. That took so much less time than the first boss. That's proof that they need to fix that. That's completely fine. It was fair. There's nothing bullshit about it at all. Like, completely fine boss fight, and it didn't overstay its welcome. But then the first boss took like 5 times longer. That proves it there. It's not a skill issue. It's just that boss is terribly paced. That first boss. Way too much health. I thought that maybe just every boss was an HP sponge in this and they wanted you to grind, but no. It's just the first boss. That's really all it is. Yeah, this run has promise, but I won't be I'm not too attached to it. I have like 20,000 currency, so next time it should be a little bit better. I really do hope they nerf that boss's health. That's the only thing that's wrong with that boss. It's just the pacing is terrible. The attacks are completely fair, and you have a really responsive character in this game, so it's harder to make a boss unfair. The character is this responsive. Like, before he even starts a attack animation, like, he can cancel. So when you have that as your foundation, it's hard to make a really bullshit boss. It's a lot harder. Or just like the boss is annoying, or too much health, turns invincible or shit like that. The character in this game is very capable of dodging pretty much anything that's thrown at him, so it's an easy problem to fix. It's just a matter of if they'll do it. Keep going. Let's just keep going and try to finish the game. I think I've got good enough stuff. Well, light side in this game has the problem is like a lot of other games like this where you actually don't want a human boss in this game. You don't want one. Because the human boss in this game does not stagger at all. The other ones actually do react to your attacks somewhat, even though they can't be juggled. But this is not really a combo-heavy character action game anyway, so... Tales of Arise was like that. The big bosses, despite how stiff your character was, you could tell what they were doing. You had ways to stun them. But then the human bosses were just a mess because there was so much particle effects on the screen, you couldn't even see them. Like, like not really... Not hard in a good way. I'd call that artificially hard, because the visibility is bad and then you can't stagger them, so... This is just a case of... Your character is responsive, but that human boss... She moves so much that a lot of the attacks won't work. that went surprisingly smooth. Those are the coolest enemies, the boxer guys. They feel like one of the coolest elite class enemies I've seen. They don't really do anything too unfair. They're a legit challenge. But your character is so responsive in this game that it never really feels unfair. You can cancel at pretty much any point in animation except the break blade attacks where you're invincible anyway, so it doesn't matter. You wouldn't really want to cancel. There's a recovery room over there, good. Alright. I'm just gonna skip most encounters now. I think I have enough stuff to really finish, depending on whatever the third boss is. I have no idea which boss it will be. There's only like 3 more floors left after this one. Just try to keep the health up. There's no upgrades here either. No upgrades here either, so it's gonna go to the first room and try to keep it together. Proves that hyper armor is not an inherently bad thing in games like this. It's just usually poorly designed. But no, your character is very responsive in this game. I think that's this game's biggest claim to fame. It's just like super responsive. You will dodge at any point in any animation, pretty much. You don't want this room right now. This is like the worst room to get right now. Still have full health. I'm on floor 9, so just hit the recovery room. Yeah, committing to attacks when the enemies are like 3 times faster than you. That's fucking stupid. I don't consider that to be good design. It's nothing you can't get past, but like, There's no reason why they should not let you do that. You feel like you have more control that way. But what do I know? Alright, which boss is it? Oh, a new boss! Wow. It's a new boss they made just for this mode. Alright, let's see what you got. Won't really care too much if I die. Zero from Mega Man. Boss has too much health, too. Getting exhausted. Come on, die! Yeah, that did a good chunk of damage. Come on, stop doing this attack. Just die. How much health do you have? They always get hit by that. Come on, as soon as I pop my rage, he does this again. Just die. Shit. Come on, die. Stop doing this. Come on, stop doing that attack. Yes! Please don't have a second form. Please no second form. That guy had so much health. Insane amount of health. Oh man, what a rush. It's just an endurance battle. Oh, I guess I did it. Nice. Well, there you go. There's a full clear. It's probably the first one on the internet. Okay, how do I leave? What? Oh, okay. I was like, thought that was the end. Well, there you go. Game clear. You were right, that run had promise. I can just unlock the whole thing now, huh? Huh. Okay, so what will help here? More modules, yes. And what I'm hoping will happen is when I have more modules that I'll be able to stack more damage, because that boss fight was really good. I actually had a lot of fun with that boss fight, but the amount of health he had was insane. It took like 10 minutes. a little bit excessive, but yeah, this is definitely something I'll play more. Hopefully they just reduce their health. Yeah, it was a very good boss. I've definitely experienced worse bosses than that in my day. Alright. Now, see, this game makes hyper armor work for the most part. It's just some of the break blade attacks, like, they don't really feel like they were designed with the bosses in mind, because you just can't hit them with it. That was completely blind, by the way. I haven't seen anybody else even remotely get that far, so I'm pretty proud of that one. Completely blind. I did that first try with crap damage. I'm very proud of that one. Yeah, I think they could do with a flat HP decrease on them. They're good boss fights, they are. It's just you're doing the same thing for too long. It gets old. This is definitely one of my favorite action roguelikes now. So they could just make the bosses have less health. I would play the shit out of this. I beat the game and then I can't beat the first level. That's pretty common. 0.2% of people playing Ultra Age on PC have finished the that roguelike mode. And I'm willing to bet a big chunk of those were the developers. So I'm pretty proud of that. Yeah, that mode is really fun, and it despite how much health they have, it feels like it has a very good balance, because I was doing shit damage, right? I couldn't even unlock like half of the upgrades, and I still beat that. I still did it with skill, which is the way it should be. A lot of roguelikes have the problem of uh, making it seem like you can do it with skill, but you really do have to just grind. You have to waste good runs because you need to go get the meta currency. That didn't feel like that at all. I could have easily done that on the first try. Uh, I'm glad to see more roguelikes going like that instead of forcing you to grind. That just kind of kills my hype a lot. It's like when I did Ultra, not Ultra Age, but Otherworld Legends. When I got gifted that game on PC by a viewer. It comes in here. Uh, I beat it the first try with no items, no unlocks or anything. Like that game is really well balanced too. It helps. It helps to have the items, yes, but there's nothing stopping you from going to the hardest difficulty and just beating it, which is the way it should be. The unlocks should make the game easier and more fun and give you more options. It shouldn't be the only way to beat the game, but a lot of these roguelikes coming out now, you have to grind. It's either like you do no damage or the item pool that you start with is trash. Uh, Lots of things like that, or they lock shit that you would expect to have. Uh, you would expect to have at the start. They make you grind for it. Lootmancer had that problem. Lootmancer, you had to grind for like the Dead Cells ground pound and like the parry and shit. It's like, dude, I should have that at the start. That just makes me feel like I can't do this with skill. I have to grind. I have to keep dying over and over just to spend the points to get shit that I should have the moment I start the game. So it's pretty refreshing to play a game like that where yeah the bosses have too much health. There's no way to sugarcoat that, but you can do it with skill. And I just proved that. I did that boss blind with shit damage first try. Pretty good stuff. I don't know if I feel like playing anything else actually. That might be it for now. I'm getting pretty hungry. I think I should order that free pizza. I got to go walk and pick it up. It's down the street. Walk and pick it up and then eat and probably start the kitty sitting stream. We'll play some more PSP2 Infinity. So I beat the story last night, so it's all into the end game grind now. So that'll be in probably about an hour and a half to 2 hours. That'll be the next time I stream, and then I don't know if I'll hop back into Ultra Age right now. Honestly, I might. I haven't beaten Unsold yet, and that's supposed to be getting a fucking roguelike mode too. So that's pretty ultimate right there. I'm glad to see more games that aren't roguelikes that have like good responsive fluid combat. It's cool to see more of them get roguelike modes because yeah, you already have a good foundation. You just need to make the game more replayable than just beating the story over and over. And that's what they did with Ultra Age. Ultra Age before that update had like no replay value whatsoever. You couldn't even New Game Plus. It's like really was just a one and done character action game. That didn't really copy any of the things from DMC or Bayonetta, any of those other games where you can keep playing through it. Like nope, you beat it once and that's it. So it's really cool that they added that. I think they just need to they need to balance out the damage more. It feels like those boss fights are all going to be like 10 minutes long unless you stack a bunch of damage, which also is going to have the problem of ruining build diversity. Because that's a problem in a lot of roguelikes as well, is like the only thing that really is useful is just stacking a ton of damage when there's like more interesting things in the game, but you can't use them because otherwise everything takes a fiscal year to die. Uh, I think if they cut their health, I think there will be more build diversity, but I could be wrong about that. That was only my first clear. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and sign off now. I'm going to go ahead and order that pizza, walk over and get it, and then from there, after I do whatever my neighbor needs me to do, I'll come back and we'll do the retro kitty sitting stream. Thanks for watching. See you in a bit.